Yo, what's going on, guys? Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and we're going to be recapping all of the NFL games from today. This is a great set of games today. There's a lot of close games. Very, very fun week of games, and I can't wait to recap it with y'all. Let's get started. We're going to first recap the Saints and the Falcons game. This was a close one. Ultimately, the Saints really had control of this one. Won 21-18. Andy Dalton had a decent game, 151 passing yards, 2 touchdown passes. Kamara had 91 rushing yards. Shaheed had 3 receptions, 95 yards, and 1 touchdown. And then Desmond Ridder, in his first ever game, only had 97 passing yards. Drake London had 7 receptions and 70 receiving yards. So that was a decent game. Nothing too interesting. Two teams that are in a crappy division, and whoever won could have possibly still had a shot. And of course they do, because that division is so bad. And there's right now in their division, there's 3 teams in a tie with. There's 3. You got the Buccaneers, who are 6-7, and then you got 3 teams in the Falcons, Saints, and Panthers, who are 5-9. So anybody in that division really has a chance. But physically, no one would last in the playoffs besides the Bucs, because they have Tom Brady. There was nothing really to fight for in this game besides their crappy division. Moving on to the, people could say the Chiefs and Texans was the best game this week, but this was my favorite game because ultimately the Texans didn't end up losing and the Cowboys did, because the Texans-Chiefs was painful, and this Cowboys-Jaguars was not painful. This is going to sound bad as a Texans fan. For one point, it's going to sound good, and from one point, it's going to sound bad. Of course, I want the Cowboys to lose, but I want to see the Jaguars win. I'd rather see the Jaguars win the division than I'd rather see the Titans. I do not like the Titans at all. I like the Jaguars because I like their young talent. I like Trevor Lawrence. I think he's really good. And even though they're in the same division as the Texans, they have no hope. They are out of the playoffs. They've been out of the playoffs for a while. So I want to root for a team who's actually doing good, and I want a team in the Titans who are, in my opinion, I think the Titans are frauds. They've not played that good at all this season. I'd rather see the Jaguars with a young, talented quarterback be in the playoffs than the Titans. I think the only thing the Titans have good is Derrick Henry. Besides that, I don't think they don't have a good team. So I think Trevor Lawrence and the Jags deserve to fight for the division and win. And I think with this win, I think they should. They're 6-8. The Titans are 7-7. I think the Jags should be able to pull it off. As the Jags get the win in overtime, 40-34, pick 6 to win it. Unbelievable game this was. Trevor Lawrence threw 318 and 4 touchdowns. Travis Etienne ran for 103 rushing yards. Zay Jones had 6 receptions, 109 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Christian Kirk also had 92 receiving yards. What a game. Steelers get back on track with a win to go to 6-8, beat the Panthers, but it's not like the Panthers are out. They're still 5-9, right? They're still in it because they're in the NFC South. So, but Steelers win at 24-16. Darnold throws 225, 1 touchdown. DJ Moore had 5 receptions, 73 yards, and 1 touchdown. Trubisky threw 179. Najee Harris runs for 86 and 1 touchdown. And Deontay Johnson had 10 receptions and 98 yards. Lions-Jets, what a close, cool game and fun game to watch this one was. Jets-Lions. Lions gets the win to go to 7-7, and the Jets go to 7-7 with the loss. They get the win 20-17. Lions with a crucial play to go for it on 4th and down. On 4th and inches, you'd probably think they'll run it up the middle or run it or whatever, QB sneak. Nope, they throw a 51-yard touchdown, take the lead, and their defense stops the Jets. What a win for the Lions. And Zach Wilson's back. He looked decent today. 18 completions, 317 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had some good throws. Garrett Wilson had 4 receptions, 98 yards. And then for the Lions, Jared Goff threw 252 and 1 touchdown. Monroe St. Brown had 7 receptions, 76 yards. Texans Chiefs. I already did a post game. If you guys want to hear me talk about that, go and check that out. Chiefs beat the Texans in overtime, 30-24. I really don't want to talk much about this game anymore. I'm trying to move on and just forget about it. If you know what a painful loss is, either as a Texans fan or a fan of a different team, you get me. Eagles Bears. This is another really close game. Eagles Bears. 25-20, Eagles get the win. Justin Fields throws 152 and 2 touchdowns. Also runs for 95 yards as well, so good game from Fields. Montgomery runs a touchdown, and Jalen Hurts for the Eagles has 315 passing yards. Jalen Hurts runs for 3 touchdowns a day and 61 yards. Hurts was a machine today. A.J. Brown had 9 receptions, 181 yards. And Devontae Smith had 5 receptions and 126 yards. Getting into the afternoon games, another really close game. And honestly, this could have been the stupidest play of the season and the biggest mistake of the season. I wish I could. What I should do is pull up the clip of what happened. But we were tied at this. The Patriots Raiders were tied at 24. Patriots had the ball, trying to get a crazy play at the end. And this was so stupid to me. They should have just, ran out of bounds, sent it to overtime. But Stevenson runs it, gets away on a run. He laterals it back to Jacoby Myers, wide receiver, and then Jacoby Myers sees Mac Jones, and he decides to throw it to Mac Jones. He didn't throw it that good. And Mac Jones also wasn't a great throw to Mac Jones. And Chandler Jones, linebacker for the defensive end for the Raiders, picks it off and stiff arms Mac Jones and goes straight to the end zone. And the Raiders win it. I think that will go down as the worst play of the season. That's the most embarrassing play of the season. That's like when the Dolphins had that miracle, that touchdown. Who I can't remember who scored that touchdown, but what do they call it? The Miami Miracle, or the when Minneapolis scored a touchdown at the end against New Orleans, the Minneapolis Miracle. I mean, like, how do you let that happen to you? They should have went out of bounds and sent it to overtime, but whatever. I know Bill Belichick's going to be very mad tomorrow. Because I know Bill Belichick's a smart coach. I don't think he would make a bad play call like that. Yeah, we're going to lateral it even though we're tied. They weren't down. They weren't trying to. They didn't need a touchdown. They could have went out of bounds and sent this one to overtime, but they decided to take the chance of possibly throwing the game away when there was about a possibly 2% chance they would land in the end zone. Yeah, whatever. Derek Carr throws 231 and 3 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs runs for 93. Mac Jones throws only 112, but Stevenson had 19 carries, 172 yards, and 1 touchdown. Moving on to the Broncos-Cardinals. Broncos get the win without Russell Wilson. It's kind of funny. Broncos change quarterbacks and start to win. No, I think it's just the team they were playing with, the Cardinals, without Kyler Murray and just all the things they got going on. Broncos get to win 24-15. Brett Rippon throws 197 and 1 touchdown pass. Latavius Murray runs for 130 and 1 touchdown. For the Cardinals, Colt McCoy got hurt in this game. Trace McSorley came in, threw 95 yards. Colt McCoy threw 78 before that. James Conner ran for 63 and 1 touchdown. Hopkins had 7 receptions and 60 yards. Going to the Buccaneers and the Bengals, what a weird game this was, 34-23. The Bucs in halftime were up 17-3. And then in the fourth quarter, the start of the fourth quarter, the Bengals have it's now 34-17. 31 unanswered points for the Bengals. Buccaneers would end up scoring a last second touchdown, but what a bad performance in the second half. by their defense allowed 31 points. Their defense allowed 31 points in this second half. Only scored 6 after a 17-point first half. That was probably one of the Bucks' best halves this season, with 17. Their offense has been very bad, and they could not keep it up in the second. Brady threw 312 and 3 touchdowns. Mike Evans had 5 receptions, 83 yards. Godwin caught a touchdown as well. Joe Burrow threw 204 touchdowns. Jamar Chase had 7 receptions, 60 yards, and 1 touchdown. Boyd had a touchdown as well. Chargers, Titans, a very close one down to the wire. Game-winning field goal for the Chargers. They win it 17-14. Herbert throws 313. Eckler runs a touchdown. Keenan Allen has 8 receptions, 86 yards. Tannehill throws 165. Derrick Henry runs for 21 carries, 104 yards, 1 touchdown. He also has 4 receptions and 59 yards as well. Going into Sunday Night Football, the Giants get the huge win that they desperately needed and win it 20-12. Down at the end, Commanders cannot convert at the goal line. Heineke throws 249 and 1 touchdown. Brian Robinson Jr. had 89 rushing yards. And then Dotson had a great game, 4 receptions, 105 yards, and 1 touchdown. McLaurin had 6 receptions and 70 yards. Daniel Jones threw 160. Barkley had 18 carries, 87 yards, and 1 touchdown. Richie James had 4 receptions and 42 yards. What a great day of games. A lot of close games, entertaining games. Let me know what you guys thought about today's games, and peace out.